for everything that we see, that if we can just get your mindset about this and even just write it down, everything that you feel like is work or is going to be a challenge, keep in mind it is not happening to you. It's happening for you, and there's a lesson in all these things that sometimes we don't feel like doing. So when you feel that thing, I just don't feel like doing this today, keep in mind, you can say, yeah, I don't feel like doing this today, but I'm committed, I am a leader, and I'm going to learn something today. I know I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel that I'm going to learn something today, and like, with traveling, I just want to mention this. With traveling, some people, because I travel, and so I see people get so frustrated and angry with the flight attendants and just traveling and standing in line and everything. And I just find all that an opportunity to meet new people and communicate. I love traveling because it's like networking. It's a social thing. Like, traveling back from Naples, I had to stop in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we were delayed there. And I went to Starbucks. I ended up talking to 2 people in Starbucks. Then I sit down at my gate and I talked to this family and these 2 women. Then we all 7 of us were talking and laughing and and then we got on the plane. We're stuck on the plane because of the rain and the winds, and I'm talking to everybody around me, and then I meet this amazing woman that I'm going to be connecting with here in Denver next week. She owns a sanctuary, horse sanctuary.
Sweet.
Yeah. So anyway,
awesome.
I don't want to get too off on that, but I
We'll
like it. There's an opportunity.
We're gonna have a
There's an opportunity.
A horse podcast about horses in a
Yeah.
few weeks.
There's an opportunity in everything, people. I mean, come on, change your attitude. There's an opportunity. It's not just about all the positive stuff in life.
But you weren't frustrated with traveling because you're enjoying the moment.
I'm just being in the moment.
You're not thinking about, oh gosh, I'm gonna be delayed because of a storm and I have to get here. You didn't really have
or
to.
There's going to be, I'm going to have to fly out through a bunch of turbulence and be all over in the air, and no, I don't think about that stuff.
You're just enjoying the moment and being around people. And
yeah.
You enjoy traveling.
Yeah, you just brought up a good point. Being inspired, you can really, I think inspiration too does come from just being in the moment and trusting the process and being fully engaged in what you do. So be wherever you are, be fully engaged,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't be inspired and be connecting with somebody and then looking at your phone at the same time.
Yep.
I do that sometimes, so maybe I need to, and I stay pretty inspired even when I'm looking at my phone, but I probably could take it up a few notches.
I think that's hard, I think it takes balance in today, we all, social media or smartphones, it's easy to get distracted away from the moment.
Yeah.
But I think there's balance in that.
Yeah, I have 3 more points on uninspired action, and I want your feedback before we end. So another thing is, when you're in uninspired action, action versus inspired action. The uninspired action is just like your continuous. I don't know if you've ever been here because I've been here. So I made these points because I have been here. You're continuously stopped by roadblocks and things that just don't seem to be moving you ahead. Something that's always getting in the way. Okay. I was there for 4.5 years with all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to go into details. Most people know.
I look at that as if it's too difficult, you might want to take a different path, or you're just learning as you go.
Yeah.
It's like God is, whatever you believe in, is teaching you a lesson as you go. And one thing I've learned in life is nothing is really easy. Everything that you really want, even success, is going to be difficult.
It's going to be a lot of hard work.
Yep. And you just
can enjoy that hard work.
Oh, you can enjoy it. And if you're getting upset, and it's also impatience. You have to be patient too.
Yeah, patient, persistence, and perseverance. Perseverance, the 3 Ps. So. I love that. And all these things when I'm talking about inspired action, uninspired action, these things right now that I'm talking about, I'm not pointing these out to judge or make anybody feel bad, because these are the things that I actually have been through. However, when I look back, I actually learned, even when I was in that just taking action, and being in uninspired action where I felt frustrated and everything. But now when I look back, I did learn a lot through that. So I had to actually go through it. So you can look at it that way. Don't feel bad if you're not inspired right now, or you're in these roadblocks and you're dealing with all these things and everything feels like such heavy, exhausting work to you and you're uninspired. Don't feel bad. Like, just get away. This is just the beginning of becoming awake to it, and feeling like you have to do it all to make it all happen. And, I wrote down, I just said, the bottom line is this: inspired action feels really, really good. It feels like you're playing, you're in the moment, and you just enjoy yourself. You enjoy, leveraging that amazing energy, and leveraging that amazing energy to move you forward and really connect with people, take action on your goals once you get clear on them. So you get a lot of things done. It just lines up. It just feels a lot easier and effortlessly, even when you face challenges.
I would like to make another point on your roadblocks. If there's too many roadblocks, I find that my experience has, if there's too many roadblocks on one path, that means you're not really planning well enough.
No, you're making too many decisions. You're saying yes to too many things, which is taking your focus off your willpower and your discipline and all that focus, and you're not really you're overcommitting. That's what I have found to be true. And I read a lot of stuff from Robin Sharma. Love his teachings. It's really simple and straightforward. But he says you've got to stop saying yes to so many things, because it decreases your willpower and discipline. Even if you're saying yes to a lot of amazing things and you're doing all this amazing stuff, you've got to focus on three main things. You got to get focused and clear on the most important thing that you desire to accomplish, and line up the action steps to that. And it's usually pretty simple. You have to say no to a lot of things to get really I've been there. I've overcommitted. I overcommit. So I just have this desire to accomplish so much and do so many positive things. But what's helped me too recently is saying no to things that were not serving my main goals, even though those things that I was saying yes to were good and they were positive. Even if it's putting off 4 or 5 phone calls for 3 or 4 days till later in the week that can wait. Just simple things, and I had to get clear on that.
Mm-hmm. You can't have too much on your plate either, because you're going to take away that energy that needs to be focused on each individual action. So you have to, like you said, you have to pick a few priorities, things that are going to fit your highest self, and focus on that. But you don't want to have too much on your plate. You're going to get burned out. You're going to get stressed out, and then it has the opposite effect. Yeah, and you can't be a people pleaser. If you have a people pleasing problems, you might want to look at that and start learning how to say no. And it's okay to say no. When I say that about being a people pleaser, I'm not judging or anything like that. I'm just saying, just start saying no, learn how to say no, and dig deep. It's okay. And when you get into this inspired action level and you start saying no and getting clear, it's going to probably create a little chaos around, because you're going to have to distance yourself from certain people, and get really focused. I watched this video the other day. Well, I've watched it several times, but I just started watching it again the other day. It was about radical focus. It's by Bob Proctor. He's my favorite. I love watching his teachings. Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
I think our podcast conversation became full circle, because I think we're coming back to the detachment part.
Yeah.
Because we're
thank you for pointing that out, because I love talking about detachment.
When you say no, it's okay to say no and then detach. You're not responsible for the other person's feelings on saying no. Yeah. You said no.
And don't say you're sorry. Yeah. A lot of people feel bad because they have to. You don't even have to explain if you don't want. You don't owe anybody an explanation why you chose not to do something, and you can. I mean, you can do that if you like, but just, just get power over your life. Take control over your life by doing these simple things. And detachment is just, it's a beautiful thing. It's a process to grow into. However, I really, really love it because you can really move on and let go. And, you serve everybody, you serve yourself and all the other people involved by detaching yourself and letting go. And it's a really great way to love and honor people.
When you have to justify your no's or your yeses, I think that indicates to the other person that you feel guilty about your choice. And don't feel guilty about your choice. I posted something on Facebook about yes or no's, having confidence behind.
I love that post. I learned
yes
so
and
much
no's.
from that.
Like, you don't need to justify your yeses and no's. If you want to do something, then do it. If you don't want to do something, then don't do it and say no. But that's the phrase I dislike, when somebody says, I don't know. I don't know. When I can't make a decision, this is what I do. I handle it like, let me get back to you on that. I can't give you yes or no, but let me get back to you on that. I go back, I sleep on it, I think
really
about
respect
it,
that.
and then I come back and say yes or no. If I want to do something, I usually say yes or no with confidence. But if you're going to say yes or no, you better stick to that commitment, whatever it is.
So you're saying follow through?
Follow through.
Even if you say no, say follow through on your no's, follow through on your yeses.
Yep.
That's a whole cool new topic we can talk about. Follow through on your no's, follow through on your yeses. Yep. And obviously, I'm not perfect. When I look back, I like talking and teaching about these types of things now because I'm doing them. However, I have, in the past, have not followed through on things, or I've backed out of stuff because I put way too much stuff on my plate, or, so I'm not perfect. I've made my mistakes.
But I thought you were perfect.
No, so far from it, and I never will be at all.
We are running out of time. Do you have any last words?
Yeah, I do. I just, just honor your life, honor your actions, and honor your attitude and the people around you, and just start doing little things to get you inspired. And you're going to hear me say this a lot in the podcast, but you get this one life and this one body. So why not put all the mediocrity to the side and start off with these little things, these little steps of getting inspired. And the more you do it, the more inspired you get. I mean, why not? Why not? You're going to benefit a lot more from doing these things that inspire you. You're going to do so much service for yourself, and it makes you feel healthier. You're going to make healthier choices. And it really does affect other people.
It does.
We are one. We're all one.
It's
and if what I
domino
do,
effect.
what I do really affects the people around me, And so you're doing yourself, your friends, your family. First, you do it for yourself, and then, keep in mind that we do have a responsibility to for our attitude and the energy, and that vibration and level of consciousness we bring to our environment.
I think it's really good to spread joy and inspiration, but I find that there's a few people in my life, because I'm really inspired to do things, where they're almost jealous because I'm so happy or so inspired to do something. I find that they're annoyed. You're too happy. You're too inspired. What's wrong with you?
Keep annoying them.
But you know what? I find that that's how leadership works. You set the example, and they're jealous and they're upset because they want that. That's what they want, and they're frustrated with themselves. It's not what you're doing. It's frustration with themselves. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, and maybe when they stop wanting it and start desiring it and get clear and taking action and focusing on what you're doing, and then start focusing on what they're doing, they definitely can change their world.
Awesome. Well, let's take a big deep breath in the name of inspiration. All right. Have a good day, guys. Have a good week, and we will talk to you later.
Bye, everybody. Love you.